Hi everyone! Last summer I wrote an article titled "To Everyone Who Deleted Their Black Square." I was referring to the black square that everyone posted on Instagram to show their support of the Black Lives Matter movement and to silence themselves and amplify black voices. Because a lot of people posted that black square and they did nothing else. And today I want to talk about everyone who posted MLK quotes this week. 18th of January was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which a lot of people celebrated by sharing his words, which is a good thing in itself, but I don't want it to become the same thing as the black squares thing, where people went as far as to delete the black square when the event was over. So it's like they never even took part in it. And that is what I would call doing the bare minimum. And doing the bare minimum is not gonna get rid of racism. I mean, maybe it will in 1,000 years, but we don't have 1,000 years. Imagine if we destroy Earth and then black people literally never got to live in a world where they were treated equally and with justice. I didn't plan to say that, but it's really sad to think about. It looks like a lot of people took sharing an MLK quote as a cute gesture, just like the black squares. If you shared a quote this week, please think about why you shared it and think about whether or not that's the only thing you're gonna do. Because if you don't support the Black Lives Matter movement, I don't even know if Martin Luther King Jr. would have wanted you to share his quotes. We've definitely seen people this week sharing quotes that we know don't stand for what the movement stands for, or companies that are racist literally display racism outwards or treat their employees or people who work with them in general in a racist way. Like, what are you doing sharing his quotes for? You clearly don't support what it actually stands for and where it actually comes from. A lot of what he said was urging people to come together to fight injustice. And if you're just gonna randomly share the quote but you're not actually gonna come together or join the fight, if you don't actually care enough to do whatever you can to stop racism, speak up against people as often as you can, shop black owned, share black art, write, talk, film, doing whatever you can. And we know that everyone can't give 100% or can't do everything. Like, we know this. I'm not trying to shame people for not spending every minute of every day fighting racism, but it should always be in the back of your mind. It should always be something that you're focusing on. And whenever you can, and wherever you can, do something about it. To actually get to where MLK wanted to go and make sure that people aren't just handed injustice at birth because the color of their skin has decided how they're going to be treated by society. MLK asked for white people's efforts in re-educating themselves, adopting a new way of thinking, and actually giving up their white privilege in order for justice to be possible. So if you shared MLK's quotes this week, are you willing to re-educate yourself? Are you willing to learn? And are you willing to give up your white privilege? That wasn't supposed to be a sassy sip. Maybe this feels to you like someone else's fight, but regardless of your race, you have to be part of it so that we can all be equal. I really hope we can all come together and just destroy racism, because it's been way too long, way too many years, way too many people who have suffered and way too many people who have died for something that they literally had nothing to do about. They were just born. It feels like we're living in a kindergarten when your value is determined by the color of your skin. Like, just saying it out loud, it doesn't make sense at all, and it shouldn't be like this, and we need to do whatever we can. I shall see you all next Friday. Do whatever you can against racism and keep up the good vibes. Goodbye.